Yeah, I gotta do that too. Yeah, then we can edit this out here. All right, so we get started. How's your day today?
Very good. Some interesting news all day today, huh?
Yeah, I know it's been crazy. Um, so we're gonna welcome everybody back to Whining Blends. We're back again. As you see, a new host with us. We have Mr. Hoose, and of course, I'm Big E. We're gonna bring you some different topics. We're gonna be recording now a little more consistent, and we're gonna bring up a couple episodes a week, hopefully, for you guys. So again, Mr. Hoose, you would know him. He was here. We interviewed him in a couple episodes before with his band, and now he's here with my host.
Yes.
Welcome, Mr. Hoose. How are you?
I'm awesome. Jumped from guest to host.
To host.
So, yeah,
That's a good
bribed
upgrade.
my way in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Would you bring me a case of Corona or something?
The bottle of Johnny Walker Double Black.
Be like, hey, I'm bringing you some liquor.
Yeah.
Can I be a host? All right, you got me.
Listen,
That's it.
Booze is always a great negotiating tool.
It is. That's all you need.
That's all.
You don't have to pay
for
me
bribery
in cash.
purposes. Yeah. We'd be drinking more of it if I didn't have to leave at 4:00 in the morning to take one of my colleagues to the airport. But I volunteered to do that.
There you go. You're a good guy, man. Good guy. So we have a little news or a couple of good things going on today. We got one first. I don't know if it's good for the Yankees fans, but Juan Soto signed a ridiculous contract of $765 million for 15 years with the Mets.
Ridiculous.
How do you feel about that, Mr. Hoose, as a Yankee fan?
Listen, I'm more of a football fan than a baseball fan. However, I am a devoted Yankee fan. So I thought last season was awesome, especially with him and Aaron Judge back to back. And I thought that was all done with his Yankee contract because they posted it the other day, and obviously everybody's putting on there going, "Oh, he signed. He's this, he's that." But
Right.
Apparently didn't sign. That was just the offer. And then to wake up this morning to see that for an extra $5 million and 1 year less,
Yep.
that he
decided to go to the Mets.
Yeah, I'm not. It takes the wind out of the Yankee fans' sails. I mean, if you're a Met fan, it's fantastic. I mean, I'm not a huge Met fan. I don't hate the Mets. I mean, they're the other team here, but I don't know. The Yankee pinstripes was kind of a cool.
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to be in the pinstripes? Yeah. You went to the World Series last year.
Right.
You got Judge hitting in front of you, so you know you're going to get good pitches.
And you were in the World Series. It wasn't like you weren't.
Right.
You know what I mean? You were there.
You had your best year. You hit 41 home runs, and that's because of the short portion Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you had, I don't know, it's just a different franchise than the Mets. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a Met hater either, but you're going to go to the Mets. Who do you have there? Who's your players? You know.
Chemistry is everything with anything you're doing. It looked like they had a great chemistry. I mean,
I agree.
Do you give up chemistry for money? If you do, you're going to fail eventually.
Right.
So, I mean, how long is it going to be where you're not comfortable in that clubhouse, the locker room, you don't get along? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you kind of look like you had a good spot with the Yankees. You know what I mean? Everything looked like it was falling into place. I'm not thrilled. I mean, I thought that would have been kind of better news. I just feel like when you sign with the Mets, when you're a Yankee fan, it just kind of dissipates and just, it falls through.
Yeah, it falls through.
I mean, I have family members that are Mets. I mean, son-in-law's a huge Met fan. I mean, I'm sure I haven't even talked to him yet today, but I'm sure he's losing his mind on how happy he is. And I'm going to go, well, that's good for you. Well, sports, you have to be greedy. I mean,
you have to.
It's not, good luck to your team. We wouldn't be competitive if that was the case.
That's true. That's true.
I don't hate him, but, you got the guy. It is what it is. I mean, and after, as a Giant fan and a terrible season, and the fact that Mr. Barkley is probably going to be the MVP for the season.
Might even break the rushing record.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it just goes to show that he does better with a line that we didn't provide for him.
Correct.
So good for him in that respect, although I detest the Eagles.
Yeah, same here.
I have to be if I'm, as a Giant fan. But, yeah, I'm not thrilled seeing him, in green, but he seems like he's doing very well there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've welcomed. It's funny, too, because they hate us.
Right.
We hate everything about them, and they hate everything about us.
Correct.
But the minute our guy takes off a blue jersey and puts on a green one,
we hate him.
We love him now.
We
hate him, but they love him now. It's like you're an Eagle now. You're cool.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who you are. It matters just the team.
The team. Yeah, that's right.
So now with our shitty quarterbacks, if Jalen Hurts for some strange reason was a Giant, we're gonna love him.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, especially if he puts up numbers like what Barkley's doing.
Right.
Well, they were actually talking about yesterday that if it wasn't for Barkley, they didn't know where the Eagles would be because their passing offense is just horrible.
Right.
They're
I don't think they're fantastic. I mean,
no.
really, I don't think there's much better teams, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, even the Chiefs aren't. I mean, besides the alleged, the refs are in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
pocket. Yeah, you know what I mean. Every time you turn around, it's a, oh, the Chiefs won. And,
They always pull out that
yeah,
last minute win
exactly.
somehow.
But it doesn't seem like they're playing amazing football.
Right.
And Philly isn't either. Now Detroit playing amazing
Oh
football.
yeah, Detroit is. I love watching Detroit play.
Yes, I mean even Buffalo. I mean,
Buffalo,
even though
yeah.
they lost yesterday, but they play great football. Ravens, they were playing great football until last couple of weeks. But I like kind of where's it going to go?
Right.
I mean, I'm going to go for Detroit. I'm a Detroit fan until the Super Bowl.
Until the Super Bowl. Actually, I don't even know who I should go for now. But I mean, I do like watching Detroit game to play.
Yeah.
I like Buffalo too. I like watching.
Yeah, I do too. I like Buffalo.
They're
I
real
like
New
Dan
York team,
Campbell
right?
though, because he was
Yeah.
a Giant.
Oh,
he was a
that's
tight end
right.
for the
Yeah,
Giants.
That's true.
Yeah,
I like his
Dan
crazy
Campbell fan.
calls.
He is crazy.
Fourth and you could tie it. Don't worry about it. Go for it.
Although
Fourth and inches.
He
Fourth
did
and one.
piss me off last year. They're playing the Cowboys in the playoffs, and he went for a 2-pointer 4 times in a row.
Yeah,
you could have just kicked a field goal and put it into overtime and went there, and he wouldn't do that, and he ended up losing. I was in Key West watching the game, going, "This sucks. Like, what are you doing?"
Right.
And we had to do that. We it was a must. It's how we play. It's what we decided to do. Okay, well,
right. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, we don't. As Giants fans of football season, watching the Giants, like I think I watched the first quarter this Sunday, and then I'm like, hey, let's go out and eat. Like, why am I going to sit here? Where any year that's at least they have 3 wins or something, I'm watching every game.
I'm behind that. I am watching that TV consistently when the minute they're playing, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I went food shopping. I'm like, I just don't care.
Yeah,
clean the kitchen. Kids are coming over. Like,
that's terrible.
I did not, and I watched it, and I go, it's painful.
It is painful. You can't. And I always get mad. Like when they were actually doing somewhat good, I would get mad when they do. Like now, I don't even get mad. Yeah,
Gano just had a.
You got the kick block,
and he didn't. So it's just
crazy.
It's same old Giants. So here we are again. What's going to happen with Dable and Shane?
Right.
I mean, are they going to?
Yeah, or I don't know. It's 3 years.
I mean, saying the consistency of your staff, nobody wants to break that. But if it sucks, it sucks.
Right.
And I'm not saying they suck, but obviously this isn't a good. They're comparing it to when Joe Judge was our coach.
Right. Yeah.
Joe Judge was terrible.
He was horrible. Horrible.
Dable was 2 years ago was great. I mean, I'm sure their intentions are well, but Hard Knocks when that was on, and they showed the videos, and of course last week they showed like all 3 of the videos that were kind of popular. The fact that Joe Shane is like, yeah, well, what good running backs are out there? Like he didn't give a shit about running backs.
No.
And then one of his scouts was like, well, are there any difference makers out there? Clearly, Barkley's a difference maker,
right,
and they didn't
100%.
They didn't pay attention to that.
Right.
And he didn't care. He just let him go. And then the video of him calling and letting him know, hey, you're gone, kind of thing. I'm going to let you test the waters and do your thing.
Right.
He was just waiting for that. Like, that was terrible. And John Mara had said, I'm going to have a tough time if he signs with Philly.
Right.
That's exactly what.
And that's exactly what happened. It's crazy. Well, on to next year. Maybe we did a good thing. I'm glad they actually.
We say that all the time, though.
They didn't.
But now who are we going to get?
I don't know.
We're going to draft a quarterback.
But now we can actually get first pick.
But is the field going to be good? What's going to be? Who Cam Ward, Deion's kid. Like I'm so sick of that. The whole kid thing. It's like the Bronny show all over again. Like I don't want to see that. Like because your father played. Like we're gonna have to draft you.
We have to draft you. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna go first. I just don't think that's gonna happen because I just don't see the play, and they were talking about maybe him going to the Cowboys and his dad as a coach. I mean, there's just so much. I mean, he's doing well over there, he's doing well in college. They both are.
Yeah.
So that's why they're basically everybody's talking about it, but I don't see it going anywhere. I don't see him. Maybe he'll come in top 10, but I don't see him being 1, 2.
No, definitely not. And the class of quarterbacks that they have coming in, are they going to be what they've been in the last few years? I mean,
I think we might have to trade for a quarterback for a
Do it.
couple of
Yeah,
years.
I would say search through your other means. Your free agency way of doing it, and other things to try to get a decent quarterback.
Yeah,
Can we get a veteran? I mean, Russell Wilson now is doing good in Pittsburgh.
true.
He didn't do well in Denver. Um, I don't know who do you grab?
Yeah,
Who
but
who
look at
do you
Sam
persuade?
Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
He's lighting it up
The
like you're
epitome of the
the
Jets.
best,
Like terrible.
the best freaking
Yeah,
quarter, like
and that was
killing it
awesome. Yeah, better than
with the
Kirk
Vikings.
Cousins.
He is
Yeah,
better. It's crazy. I saw him
right.
yesterday. He was throwing freaking bombs off of one leg, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
And that they have Daniel Jones too as his
And they
backup.
got Daniel Jones now. Watch those two
That's
win a
right. They're
Super
gonna
Bowl.
they're gonna be great because if you leave the Jets and the Giants, you're gonna be
You're gonna be
fantastic
good.
wherever you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, look at the Jets. I mean, freaking Aaron Rodgers. They got one more win than we do. That's terrible.
And it's terrible. I mean, and I don't dislike the Jets. I love. My biggest problem now too. When you watch a 1 o'clock game, it's usually a Giant or Jet game, and then 4 o'clock is the other team.
Right.
That never happens anymore.
No.
Both of them are on at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, they're at
which
the
is
same
fine.
time,
I
yeah.
just like another game that I'm interested in, to be on at 4 o'clock from the 1 o'clock game, and that's not happening.
That's true. That's true.
But the Jets they're just the same, and
They got one extra win over us.
everyone is disgusted with football. But guess what? We're going to do it again next year.
Next year, yeah, we'll be all excited. Yeah.
My daughter will say, "Dad, Giants going to suck again." I'm going to, no, they're not.
Yeah.
We're going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the Super Bowl. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I get told constantly.
No, it's like our memory. We have short-term memory. Yes,
Yes.
We're supposed to be. I said the same thing this year. We're supposed to be better this
We have a
year.
line,
We got a
we're gonna be
line.
great.
Our defense is better.
We're worse than we were last year. We're terrible.
It's crazy.
And you know what? How many years we didn't have a good quarterback?
I know.
I mean, before the days of Eli, Danny Cannell days, the Dave Brown days.
I know. There was a lot of years.
Well, Kerry Collins was a good window. That was a good window. I like that. But in front of that and before that, I mean, we had guys that are just
Phil Simms. I mean, he was
love Phil. Listen,
Phil
came up, and it wasn't right away.
Yeah,
but when he was the man.
He was the man. Yeah, for sure.
And then Hostetler coming in.
Yep.
For that last Super Bowl for them. Then the '90 Super Bowl was awesome. But I mean, we've had our ups and downs.
I know, it's crazy. Well, let's start talking about Giants because I don't think people want to hear about the Giants because they suck anyway.
Because you're talking about it at home too.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually wanted to bring up. We had some news about the CEO Brian Thompson that got shot in front of the Hilton in Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, which was crazy. Shot him right in the back. They have videos everywhere. They actually did find the suspect today at McDonald's in Pennsylvania.
Altoona, Pennsylvania. Where there was once an Elvis sighting back in the 80s.
So, but that was a crazy story. His getaway was crazy. I mean, the way he planned it. I mean, I just think about New York City, right? There's cameras, there's people everywhere. Like, how do you? And obviously, I didn't think he was going to get away with it. But for him to get away with it for 5 days, for him not to find him,
I just want to know why. Was it a family claim that didn't get addressed properly, got denied, and I'm just not going to bitch. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to go kill the guy who's running the company.
Right.
What's the circumstance that surrounds the fact that this guy was blatantly murdered in cold blood, broad daylight?
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, this guy shot him, got on the e-bike, went to Central Park where he knew there was less cameras. How? I have no idea.
Right.
And it was able to make it to PA, across Jersey. I mean, he didn't get that far to get to PA. I mean, you would think he would go a little further than Pennsylvania 5 days later.
Go to Wyoming. Right. Go to West Virginia.
Like Pennsylvania? Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Get out of here. Go far.
I mean, for 5 days, they couldn't find him. In 5 days, you can be in a lot of places besides Pennsylvania. What? Like, it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, your plan was going so well. But you know what? Let me stick in PA. Maybe they won't find me.
And let me go to McDonald's.
Let me go to McDonald's.
Let me eat somewhere public where there's more people than anywhere else. And that your name is going not your name, but that your picture is going to be circulated everywhere, your description. And of course, it was a McDonald's worker.
Correct. So it was a McDonald's worker that saw him.
Kind of looks like the guy that shot that dude. Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't. I mean, as a perfect plan that he had to eventually just screw it all up, you know what I mean? It just didn't make sense.
He could have door dashed and maybe to a location, and then
that's true.
He could have
showing
your face in public.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know,
I don't really get how he thought about doing
yeah.
that.
Obviously, he could DoorDash or Uber Eats because they would find his credit card. But my
That's true.
point is, do something a little more, non-public.
So yeah, so they found them. Now I guess everything. Hopefully, we do find out, what his motive really was. But I'm with you. My feeling or my opinion is somebody's claim didn't get approved, or maybe his
Right.
mom was supposed to have surgery or something like
They've
that.
made movies about that.
They have, yeah. And then the United Healthcare didn't take on the claim, and maybe he just said, "Let me take it in my own hands."
Right.
And
I'll fix them. I'm going
I'll
to kill their boss.
yeah, like I don't know what that's going to
Yeah.
do, but
We're going to
okay.
deny another claim tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
exactly. So I don't know, but that was that was kind of crazy to pull that off in broad daylight,
crazy, insane.
So, but I don't know if we have any other crazy news on that, on anything besides these drone sightings we've been having. Have you seen that or
Yeah.
no?
So I'm a Facebook nut.
Okay.
I'm scrolling. I hit the memes and or the reels, and I just sit there and scroll through them for like hours. You don't realize I'm not even sleeping at night half the time I'm up. And then this drone thing, I think it was Saturday night. I just saw like one post after the other where like I just saw 3 drones. I saw 5. I saw 6. Point Pleasant, Ocean Township, Tom's River, Brick. And I don't know if were people just jumping on the bandwagon saying it, or did they really see something?
Right.
Obviously they did, but there's still no answers.
No.
No one is still. Everyone's just saying I saw more drones, but no one is saying, oh, they're from here, they're from there. Everyone's speculating, but
what the crazy is, it started happening up North Jersey first.
right, correct,
Right, that everybody's
yes.
seeing it. Where police are putting reports out there. If you see a drone,
Right,
call us
report
and
it,
report it right
right.
away.
Yeah, but you're not giving us more information.
Yeah, you're not giving us anything. Now we're starting to see it down here by us. The police are putting out flyers again. If you see it, let us know. But what's going on? I
Well,
mean,
that would tell me, as a retired police officer, that would tell me they know a little more than we do, and they're not letting it on. And listen,
okay,
I'm a firm believer in investigative wise. If it's going to hurt the investigation by letting the public know something,
okay,
you're not going to know. You're just
right, of
hold
course,
back. You may bitch about it, you may not like it, Freedom of Information Act, the whole bit.
right,
But if it's going to compromise the integrity of investigation, I'd rather you not know. Bitch at me, and at the end when I give my press conference, I'll just tell you it is what
right.
it is. But you can't compromise kind of what's going on. So clearly, I think it's definitely something else. But I would think that if it's of an alarming nature, you'd have another
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now,
set of instructions.
as your experience, do you think it's an alarming nature that they're not letting us know because it's something they're investigating, or they really don't know
They may not know
exactly what's going on, and they want to just find out?
So if you could cover your ass by basically, oh, just let us know, and we'll have numerous reports of drone activity. But you act like you kind of know something, and you don't. I don't know. I think we would have a little bit more if that's the case.
Right.
And I'm not one to want listen. I don't need the information if it's not necessary now. I have not even looked in the fucking sky to see any of them. I've seen not a one.
No, me neither.
And I don't pay attention.
Right.
I have ADHD. I'm like, I read the first line of every email, the first line of every text. I'm looking exactly what I'm doing. I'm not walking outside going, holy shit, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, neither.
I could give a shit. Unless they start seeing bombs go off and
right.
blocks away. I'm not.
I mean, because they're saying these drones are not like little drones. They're talking about like huge drones.
I saw one online where it was bigger than a person. Like they're gigantic.
They're huge, yeah.
They're like mini fucking little flying devices, and I don't know where they're going and what they're doing, but I'm surprised more people aren't saying they're aliens like they used to. 70s and 80s. There's a UFO out there. Well, no one's saying it's a UFO.
No, because now we have drones,
right?
So now
but guess what? Maybe it's really a UFO. We're just calling it a drone.
Yeah, now we're calling it. But that's crazy. I mean, now, like you say, once you in the internet, you start or Facebook, whatever, you start looking at one thing, it just pops up different stories. Everybody's different stories. Yeah. But I'm like, well, that's kind of alarming. I mean, to me, is kind of alarming. Is it a good thing they're not telling us the information? Maybe it's nothing really there, or they really don't know, and they're investigating to find out, so they don't alert the people that are actually.
But there's not even any other subsequent events that are happening that I'm not saying they would be related, but there's nothing popping up that's out of the ordinary.
No,
that's going to be like, oh my god, do you think it has something to do with that? I mean, there's not. There's
I know.
Nothing.
Well, not only that. Why only in New Jersey?
Yeah.
Why are they not popping up anywhere else?
Right.
I mean, you would think you would hear, oh, they're popping up in PA.
Correct.
They're popping up here.
And that may be, if that was the case, that would maybe be interesting. If now there's drone activity everywhere.
Yeah, that would be kind of,
that would be a little more scary.
Yeah, of
what
course.
are they preparing for?
So yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. If that was everywhere, then that would be like kind of nerve wracking of
Yeah.
what country is looking at us over here.
But I think the reports in up in northern Jersey dried up. I mean, and now
Hmm.
it's more down here, so they're just kind of making their way over. But then again, I mean, listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but could that be just to get your attention? You know,
It could
everybody's
be.
going to concentrate on the hey, what are these
Yeah,
drones? Meanwhile, something else is happening,
something else.
and we don't know.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. Crazy.
That is crazy. Crazy world. Um, on the one note, though, I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but we're both Trump supporters,
Yes, we are.
and we pulled up the win. We pulled out the win here. Big win for
Avid,
us.
amazing,
Uh,
amazing.
we we rocked it in the polls.
It was a spanking.
It was a
It was
spanking.
like unbelievable.
It was. I was up all night. I couldn't go to sleep,
Always.
and I think I fell asleep for a nap like
I
a half an
dozed
hour.
off, and it was like at the time I think where it was the final. Like they already kind of called it, but I think it was like 1 o'clock. And I woke up at like 1:30 going, what did I miss? And I probably fell asleep for like 15, 20 minutes altogether. But
Yeah,
other than that, I'm up all night. I got the laptop, the TV, the phone. I'm just there's group texts that you're involved in
right.
consistently. What do you think of that? What do you think? Like all of a sudden we're the data collector. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? We just got Arkansas. We got this. We got that. But no, it was an amazing night. It was an amazing win, and listen, it's what's needed. And he's already getting stuff done.
Yeah, he's not even the president.
He's not even duly elected. He's duly elected, but he's not in office yet. He's not inaugurated. So, but he's been talking to these world leaders for forever anyway.
Right.
I think this is all going on anyway.
Right,
But
right.
he's
No, for
accomplished more
sure.
now than Joe Biden did in 4 years.
I know. Sleepy Joe.
Right.
No, 100%. I mean, he's acting, right? So
Yeah.
we hope that what we believe he's going to do for this country, he's going to do it, and he's going to put us in the right place that we were when he was president before, which we were flying high until this COVID thing hit.
Every
You know?
promise he made, he kept.
Yes.
I mean, dispute it all you want. You don't have to like the guy. And a lot of people don't. And I can tell you there's been times where I've watched his speeches and think, his last time he was president, and I would go, okay, you're good now. Stop.
Yeah,
Just
shut
stop.
up.
You're good. You're good. Like, and he would continue. And I get it. But you know what? You got to take what you get. And here's the other thing. This man was not a politician before this. So you can bring up all the old shit and say whatever you want. Good old boy says this, locker room talk. He's not this. He's not that. The man was a businessman. I don't care how he got there. He was there. And he's been involved in this kind of stuff for 20, 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's always talked to people. There's a video of him and Oprah from like the early 80s where it was discussed, would you ever run for president? She was treating him like she loved him.
Right.
Now they hate the guy because he decided to do this. But prior to that, he was getting requests to meet with people that were running. I mean, people wanted his counsel, and they got it. And now when he decides he's going to do the right thing, I mean, he's
like everybody turns.
He's
on
the
him,
jerk off. Everyone hates him, but you can hate him all you want. You could say whatever you like. All I know is I watched him for 4 years, and he did everything he said he would.
Right.
And you could say he did it for the glory for this. It doesn't matter what you do it for. You do it. And I'm sure he makes a lot more money when he's not president. Who the hell wants the job?
I know.
Because all they're going to do is fucking hate you.
Right, exactly. Look at through everything he's been through.
Right. Like I probably halfway through, you go, you know what? I've had enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just drop into, go to my golf club and kind of do my thing. But I believe he wants to make the proper changes for the American people.
I mean, that's where my point comes in when I talk about him. I'm like, all right, you guys, all right, the way he talks and in his first time around, I think he's polished up a lot this time. Right. Yeah, so I believe that the people have to look at it like you said. He doesn't have to be a politician. He could be retired, playing golf, and and just relaxing and continue his business like he used to and all that. I just believe he wants to do it because he sees that the United States is going to crap.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just we're failing everywhere. Interest rates are through the roof. Gas at one time was through the roof. Groceries right now are through the roof. I mean, even our businesses outside of the United States, everybody looks at us that we're weak. When did anybody look at United States that we were weak?
Right. It's never supposed to happen.
Never.
I mean, listen, Joe Biden looked like just this this just figurehead that's just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And you let the man talk, and he just embarrasses himself. That should tell you alone he's not your guy to do this.
100%.
You don't have a Gavin Newsom. Not that I can't stand
Oh yeah,
him.
no.
I can't stand him. But the man can talk. Now, do I want to hear what he has to say? Pretty much, I don't. But you have a guy that's a laughing stock of everybody, and if we're laughing at him, what are other countries doing?
Right, exactly.
Are
they going to take him serious?
Yeah, they're not a fan. Only the ones that are kind of loyal to
the ones that are making
States,
money,
right? That I know are going to do well or loyal to us. Everyone else, they love the fact that Biden was president because they can walk all over us.
Right, exactly.
And people have disagreements on the tariff thing and how that's going to work out. Listen, everybody's got their own opinion. You could say whatever you like. I just feel that however it may be, whether it's through tariffs or other ways, holding other countries accountable for what they need to do with the relationship to us is what we need to have happen. We can't have you just kind of run wild shot and do whatever you want to do, and meanwhile we're paying your bill.
Right, exactly.
We're paying for your security. We're paying for your protection. It shouldn't happen.
No, I mean, even a lot of the times we were looking for him to come up, on the TV and say something, and he's on vacation or something.
Yeah,
you can't find him. He's not answering questions, and when he's answering, I don't think he's answering the question that we actually are asking because he doesn't remember.
Well, she was worse about it than he was.
Oh, she was. Yeah, she was deflecting, all the time.
I love the Brett Baer interview, and he was like, so all these immigrants that came through, X amount of immigrants came through in this month. What do you say about that? Well, Brett, that's a great question. I'm glad you brought that up because the story goes back to way back when you're like, answer the fucking question.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, face it dead on and then tell your story. But right away, you were fake from the get go, and I think they stopped Brett Baer at the end. Like, they had to kind of
tell him to back off,
because and he was very professional. He didn't hurt her. He didn't say anything that was a cheap shot.
Right.
I mean, those commentators during the debate hurt Donald Trump a lot more than he hurt her.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
But what's going to make her look good anyway? You don't have an answer that's going to be good.
Listen, we need change.
100%.
We need a change, and that's where hopefully we're going to get his change.
Hate him all you want, but you know what? You're going to save money at the gas pump.
Yep.
You're going to save money in the supermarket. You're going to be safer.
Right. Yeah.
So the important things that are important to family, you know what? If you don't like it, then take your $1.50 that you're going to save and go give it to charity or something else.
Right.
You don't deserve to have it if you don't feel that you're supposed to be the right
guy.
But you know what?
True.
He's going to do it. What does everybody else? Like, I'm your president too. I'll make sure that you do well.
Right. And that's what we want.
Yeah. I don't agree with that 100% because I feel like you want to be an asshole. Don't get the privileges that you're supposed to get, but that's not the American way. The American way is privileges for everybody. So you're going to get it.
Right.
So
100%. All right. So I think we're going to conclude our first episode here, Mike.
That was fast.
That was fast. When you're talking and you're
30 minutes already.
Yeah, we're up to 29, almost 30 minutes here.
Nice.
So we're going to try to keep these episodes a little shorter so we can kind of give out a little more episodes than once a week or once every 8-9 days. So we're going to kind of try to do some half-hour episodes. We're going to be on Spotify and on Applecast, just audio, and then obviously you can find us on our YouTube channel at Whining Blends. We also do have a couple of sponsors that I'll let Mike know about, announce our sponsors that we have sponsoring our podcasts going forward as well.
100%. Cody Marine, 1219 Fisher Boulevard, Toms River, New Jersey, not too far from here. One of the number one boat dealerships in Ocean County, if not New Jersey. We're right on the water. Great place to purchase a boat and get your boat serviced. So great location. Been there for about 5 years and love it. Also, Mystic Lobster Roll Company down in Key West, which is my little business down there, mine and my wife. We started it about 8-9 months ago, and we're making a go of it, and we're having a good time doing it. So these are the companies that help get this thing where it's supposed to be, and Elson's got one too. All
right. Yeah, so sounds good. I also have Boa Vida Entertainment. We're sponsored by them, some entertainment for us. It owns this podcast, and we also do a couple of events. But you know what? Let's see you guys next time on the next episode. Tune in to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All right, guys.
See you guys next time.